It was deep blue, the color of the ocean that was in front of me the first time I realized what love was. Deep blue is all I remember seeing when my mom took me to the beach in San Jose the first time. And it was the last time I saw her. She kissed me on my forehead, and she was sad. She told me she was sorry for all the mistakes she had made in my life. And so the waves crash as she said that everything was gonna be okay in my life, and that I could have whatever I wanted if I would just go out there and get it. Deep, deep blue, flowing out behind her when she walked away. She never came back. Blue. Blue was all I remember feeling that day. But it was love. Love was all I could feel for her. It wasn't anger. It wasn't hatred. Just deep blue love that encompassed everything in our life. And I had the same feeling the first time I saw you. In the deep blue color in your eyes, I fell in love with you the first time. You made me feel alive again. You brought happiness back to my life. And we'll always be like this forever. You are the love of my life. To our love. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I forgot. Which one was that? Oh, yeah. I remember now.
I'm sorry. I can't. Oh, please, no.
Did you sleep tight? I mean, did you sleep well? I don't like it when you behave like this. You haven't talked to me in 2 days. I mean, I know I lost my mind and overreacted to the situation. You have to understand I was offended. I mean, we were celebrating our 2nd year together. And I made your favorite food. I got your favorite wine, your favorite cheese. And you were rude. Now, I understand you were tired, but that's not a reason to be disrespectful. Hey, I don't want to get into it, okay? I need to go to work.
Please. I'm dying.
I've been thinking about something. I have an idea. You are not gonna be by yourself anymore. Inside. Yeah. Okay. And we'll talk. You know what? Just give me a minute. Sure, back. Sure, no problem. So, what do you think? She is beautiful, isn't she?
You guys always refer to cars as females?
Wow. They're powerful, they're beautiful, just like women. Is this for work, or you're just looking for a change?
No, it's not for work. I just ran up the mileage from my car before I moved here, and I'm just looking for a trade-up.
Moved from where?
I mean, where didn't I move from? I moved first from Switzerland to New York, and to Philly, Houston. I don't like to stay put anywhere for too long.
Seems like you have a lot of friends, huh?
It's more lonely than you think. I like this song.
You like salsa?
I love it. I'm a dancer, actually.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Well, I play the drums, actually.
You do?
Yeah, in a salsa band. As a matter of fact, we're gonna be playing all this week on this place called Garabatos. You wanna come?
I mean, that sounds great, but I just met you, so maybe something a little more low-key.
Low-key, like having coffee or breakfast or something like that.
Well, I usually go running in the morning, so.
That's perfect. I work out every morning. So how about going tomorrow for jogging, and then if you feel like, we can have breakfast.
That sounds okay.
Tuesday night. It's my favorite night. It's her blue night. It's the night that gives us love. It's an art that cleans our souls. But love can only be achieved through pain. What a nice day for running, huh?
Yeah, at least we beat the worst out of heat. You ready?
I'm ready. Are you?
Yeah, I'm ready. What's the matter, old man? You can't keep up?
Old?
Oh,
I'm not that much older than you.
at least 5 to 10
Oh,
years.
really? 5?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll raise you back.
Cheater!
So, do I pass the test? You coming out to a club tonight?
You gonna buy me pancakes first? I only run so I can eat the good stuff, you know?
Sounds like a plan. I'll be back. Is she missing?
Yes. She's my daughter.
I'm sorry. That must be awful for you. How long has she been gone?
Nearly 2 years. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her.
I can only imagine it. But you can't give up hope.
I know my baby's still alive. I know she's gonna come back to me someday.
Can I take some of this? I'll be more than happy to put him around in this neighborhood. This is my business.
You're an angel. Thank you so much.
Baby, how you doing, my friend? Para los amantes de esta noche, tengo que decirte adiós. No puedo estar sin ti un solo momento. Tengo que decirte adiós. No puedo estar sin
dance way much better than I do. What, are you Cuban or something?
Maybe it's in my blood and I don't even know it.
That your car?
Yeah.
Looks like you can be using a new car.
Oh, really? And you know someone who could sell me one?
I think I've got somebody in mind.
Well, I hope he's not Latino. I'm a sucker for a hot guy with an accent.
Bad luck for you, because this guy is as Latino as he comes. And he knows how to dance. I know you can run, but let's see if you can keep up.
Is that so? It would be such a shame when I prove you wrong.
Oh, you think you can prove it wrong?
Yes,
really?
I think so.
How come?
I can't see my keys. Where are they?
Well,
Are you okay? No, I'm not okay. I'm fucking chained. Who are you? I'm Julia. How did I get here? How did I get here?
He brought you down here.
Armando?
Yeah. Harry, you don't want to do that, okay? Because he could come back down here any minute, and if he sees you doing that, he's just gonna get really mad.
how do you feel?
Hey, bro, what's up, man? Hey, thanks for letting me borrow the car, man. I hate riding the train.
Yeah, come in. Help yourself. Grab whatever you want, huh? Hey, don't you think it's a little bit early to have a drink?
I have nothing better to do.
Oh, really? How about looking for a job?
9 to 5 is for losers, bro.
Listen, I gotta pay my bills. I have to.
Is that that girl?
What are you talking about?
The girl from the club?
What girl? What are you talking about? Listen, I gotta do
the
my...
blonde one.
Come on, just go and look for a
Come on.
job, okay? Just leave me alone.
Dude, you suck, man.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
never coming back here
Yeah.
again. I'm just letting you know that.
Okay,
All right?
okay. Yeah, sure. Love you too.
Hey, listen, I know you're scared, but you really need to stop.
No, I want out of here.
Yeah, okay, well, I do too, but especially by doing that, you're just hurting yourself more, okay? Stop! Oh. Thank you.
How long you been here?
long enough. Things are a little different for me now.
How?
I have a reason to fight.
It's up to you. Can you see it? She'll trust you.
No.
And then it can be just as I promised. One happy family together. But I'm gonna need your help.
Okay. Whatever you want. But I do think it would be better if she was able to maybe move around a little bit more.
Well, she's new. I don't know how well I can trust her.
I'll see to that. But I do think she would feel better about being here if she could at least get out of bed. You know, if you want a family, you're gonna have to treat us like one.
Hey, Armando, throwing a party or what?
Man, I'm just talking for the rest of the week. When are you coming out to the club?
Dude, I'd love to come out to the club tonight. But until the baby starts sleeping more than 3 hours at a time, I'm on lockdown. If I'm not at home to help, Sheila gets cranky.
How's the new baby getting along?
New baby's fantastic, man. She's the little princess in the castle. It's the adults in the house that are going nuts from lack of sleep.
Is there anything I can do for you guys?
You better watch out what you offer, man. You're gonna find us knocking on your front door looking for a babysitter.
I would love to do it. Just let me know. I'm here for you, man. Listen, let me cook something nice for you on the weekend. How about that?
You don't have to go to any trouble for us, man.
No trouble. It'll be my pleasure.
Okay, normally I would try to decline just to be polite, but I love your lasagna. Can you cook us up one of Armando's famous lasagnas?
Armando's famous lasagna will be there.
Dude, you rock, man.
You too, man. Are you gonna tell me who that is, or I need to find out?
Bro, you're not gonna believe it, man. Her name's Erin. She goes back from like the New York days, man. Her whole family live in the same building as my dad.
Wait. Is she your secret love or something?
Dude, come on. We're just old friends, man. Today I saw her in the coffee shop and I invited her in.
Does she live here?
Yeah, she's from Baltimore. You wanna meet her?
Sure. Yeah, why not?
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I'm never late. Just, you think after babying me himself for 2 years. And I think he would have figured it out.
Maybe he's preoccupied.
Yeah. With you. This whole grand idea of family.
What are you gonna do?
If we're gonna have any hope of getting out of here, we're gonna have to do this together.
I'm scared.
Yeah. Me too. smart. I have to play his game.
It's like you were determined to get us in trouble no matter what.
Oh, come on. I was just energetic, that's all.
That's a nice word for what you were. You got me grounded more than once.
Well, it was probably his way of showing you how much he liked you.
Oh, please. I was such a nerd back then. Do you remember this class?
You know what? Somehow I can't imagine you as anything but beautiful.
Nice, Mr. Charm. But I was anything but cute back in those days.
Hey, you fooled me.
Maybe you were the one that needed glasses.
I was with my brother here. He was dead on. I mean, look at you now. He just caught a glimpse of what was to come.
Does this load of crap usually work for you too?
Like 80, 90% of the time.
100% of the time.
These around the house, man. Oh, amazing, bro. Amazing.
Thanks, bro. Hey, so we still on for Sunday?
Yeah. I've got your address, Armando.
Okay, I'd say I'd cook for you guys, but...
You what? You what? He doesn't even know how to turn on the oven.
True.
Well, I've been living out of a hotel while I house hunt, so any home-cooked meal sounds good to me. So old friends and new?
Remember that one time when we broke into that building? You made me draw like Mickey Mouse or something?
Oh my gosh, don't even remind me. That was awful.
Hey, this is gone. I need to get a new one.
Well, all right. I guess one more glass won't hurt. But I have to work tomorrow.
Am I gonna have to drag you in the house like we did that one time?
Really? You're gonna go there?
I don't even tell it that well. When did you tell him?
Just look at my dad's face.
He hated me.
I know, right? He totally did.
Why did he hate me?
Because you're a troublemaker.
I was a good kid.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Remember that one time I broke my leg? Who's the one that sneaked into my room, huh? Who's the bad kid?
Fine, I guess we were both troublemakers. But how did you break your leg, mister?
Let's not get into that.
Such a good story.
Dude, it was a total disaster. You know what? I took her to this club, and we were there, and I told her, I was like, listen, we gotta dance. And she was like, no, we can't dance. So I was like, all right, then let's play a game. You have to approach this one guy, and you're gonna have to ask him to dance. It was a disaster, man. She's like the clumsiest girl ever.
Is she really?
Have you seen her dance?
No, I've never seen her.
Can I use your restaurant?
Sure, it's right there. Are you okay?
I'm just a little woozy. I think I had too much to drink.
Oh, well, let me just go get some water for you.
You sure you're okay? Harry, what's wrong? Hey, get up. Hey, Armando, get over here. Call 911. Hey, look at me. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. What's wrong with you? Hey, Armando. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? What the...
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine. Just relax, okay? Relax. Bro, what are you doing? Bro, what are you doing? something. So this is Erin. She has come to join us. She's sleeping now, but she will need some assistance when she wakes up. That beautiful lady is Julia. Jessica. This is my brother, Daniel.
Whether you like it or not, you're part of this. You brought her here. You introduced me to her. Yes.
No,
yes.
I'm not a part of this.
Yes. This is your family, man. I'm your brother. I'm your brother. And nobody's gonna take that away from you. Nobody. I'm not gonna let us fall apart like Mom did. Never. This is gonna be a real family, you see. You messed up. Everything I do is for you, man. Everything I do is to keep us together, and you don't fucking see it. Mom said that, remember? Mom said we could have whatever we wanted as long as we just go out there and get it. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. By the first time in my life, for the fucking first time in my life, I can feel I have a family. I built something. I built a family, and you can be part of it. We can't stay like this forever.
A family.
You're a sick fuck. No, you're not getting it, man. You're not fucking getting it! This is not Mom abandoning us. This is our future we're talking about here. And you're... What the fuck are you gonna do by yourself? Huh? I'm giving you the opportunity to be part of something. You don't want to take it. I'm putting love in your hands and you don't want to take it. What do you have? You have nothing. You have me, you have them. This is what you have. This, put in your head, this is what you have. You can't live here with me, with him. All this could be yours. If you want it. Remember when we were kids? It's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same.
Sheila. I live just across the street. Is Armando home?
He's not here right now. I'm his brother Daniel. Can I help you?
Oh, nice to meet you, Daniel. Your brother was nice enough to cook dinner for us the other night, so I just wanted to come over, return his tray, and say thank you.
Okay. Thanks. I'll give it to him.
Thank you. Well, have a nice day. Bye.
What happened?
It wasn't me.
They need to learn about respect. They need to know their place, just as Julia has.
Man, you gotta cut him some slack.
Cut some slack? This family has rules, and everybody has to follow them. Don't come downstairs unless I need you. Are you ready to play the game with me? You like your haircut?
Everything's all right. Everything's gonna be all right. You just made me the happiest man on earth. And I'm gonna take care of you forever.
You didn't tell anyone you were meeting him either.
Who am I gonna tell? I left Switzerland when I was 17. I don't know anybody out here.
What about your friends?
I don't know anybody out here. I just moved from Houston. The thing is that I can take the beating and even rape, but what really gets to me is that nobody will ever come looking for me. No one.
We can't give up. I can't. It's one thing to ruin my life. It's another thing to have my daughter's life ruined.
You have a daughter?
She's gonna be 4 next month. Her name's Lily.
Why didn't you ever say anything?
What would I say? That either of you have it worse than me? We're all in the same boat. You'll have something driving us. What does it matter?
We're all we have right now. Everything matters.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Tell me about her.
She's so beautiful. She's my little angel. Being her mom is the best thing that I've ever done. It's been so long. Her dad and I are divorced. So she spends her summers with him. The last time I held her, saying goodbye, handing her off to him. My favorite thing drops out. And we painted her nails the night before. She wanted to look pretty for her daddy. We planned out her own birthday party. She wanted mermaids. I said anything you want, baby. I feel her arms around my neck. The last thing I told her
give anything. I'd give anything to see her again. What happened to them?
They're just a little hungry and thirsty, but nothing to worry about.
For how long?
A couple of weeks.
Why?
Don't worry about them. Everything's back to normal now. Huh? Hey, I need to go buy some groceries and vitamins for Julia. Can you cook something for them? Something healthy, ideally.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Don't you touch me.
Did you have a good time while you were up there? A good time? What are you talking about?
You're just as sick as he is.
What?
The way you talk to him, the way you act with him, you like him. You actually like this.
How could you even say something like that?
You're not stupid, Julia. Obviously, you're a part of this whole thing. Come on, you're carrying his child.
Thank you, Armando. Please bring us some dinner, Armando. You are disgusting.
You don't know what it's like. You have no idea what it's like. You see how long I've been here? Every single fucking day. This shit. Pain doesn't even begin to fucking describe it. And you tell me I enjoy this? I like this? Oh yeah! I'm having a fucking great time! I'm having a fucking ball! Yeah. I fought. You think I didn't fight? I fought him physically. I did. And you know where it got me? Huh? You're looking at it. I'm still here. I'm still here. And I'm still fighting. I am still fighting. I'm fighting here. Yeah. I'm being smart. I'm carrying his child. This is my baby. This is my baby. And it is my responsibility to be smart and get the fuck out of here.
Partial clearing tonight with a low of 74. More showers developing tomorrow and none.
My daughter Julia is, she's an amazing girl. She's beautiful inside and out, and I miss her. She's been missing for 2 years now, and I know she's still alive. I can feel it. And if anybody knows anything, would you please just call the tip line? Whatever, anything could mean something, and bring my baby back. I know you're still out there, baby. I haven't given up. I love you.
How you feeling?
I'm a little nauseous. But I'm not the one who was starved, so I can't really complain very much.
So what do you need?
I mean, there's one thing, but I mean, you have to like talk to Armando about it.
Why? Just tell me.
I don't know, do you think maybe it would be okay if we took a bath upstairs? Like, all of us? It's just so degrading living down here this way, and I mean, we get to wash with a cloth every once in a while, but it doesn't really cut it, you know?
I'll behave, Daniel, I promise.
It'd lift our spirits. You know, if I'm happy, the baby's happy.
Let's see what I can do.
Thank you.
That must have been the best shower I've had in a long time. Or maybe I just miss showers so much.
As long as you behave, I can give you the freedom to truly enjoy your time with me here.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm gonna be back, okay?
So how's her little one doing today?
Good. Making Mama a little sleepy, but still good.
I gotta go to work. Daniel is gonna take care of you. He'll come back and take you down to the basement. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Why does Armando care if my hair's short anyway?
Because he likes how beautiful your skin is. That's why.
Well, he sure knows how to make a girl feel special. You like her, don't you? Julia?
You know I like calling you, right? Hmm?
Come on, Daniel. This is me. I've seen that look before. She's a catch, that one.
Yeah. She is. Smells good.
Thank you. My mom taught me how to cook.
Yeah?
Yep. Armando was nice enough to apply.
Yeah, my mom always said that this was the most important.
She'd always try to make us laugh, but she'd flip them the pancakes really high in the air, and they'd have to find them on the floor.
I just love family Sunday mornings. Are you having fun with this?
I just thought a little sun would be nice.
We are having a very happy family breakfast. Please, do not ruin it. And if you keep doing what you're doing, I'm gonna have to break all your fingers.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, fine. Everything's fine. This is delicious. Love it. Now, ladies, if you excuse me, I have to take Jessica to the other room. We need to have a private conversation.
But she's not done.
I've got this. I've got it. You want to come with me?
I didn't mean anything by it, I promise. I miss the sunlight, that's all. I mean, we see it from the window sometimes, but I miss how it feels on my shoulders.
The smell of fear. The smell of your fear. I can feel it. It's everywhere. It's in my system, intoxicating the space. But to tell you the truth, I don't know if I can stand it. You have to learn a couple of things. You have to learn how to respect people. People who care for you. Hmm? Hmm? Hmm?
Daniel, you can take him back to the basement. Rape is over.
Gotta get the hell out of this place. I'm gonna find him. He'll kill you. You know? He'll kill you if you go up there now.
I care about you. I care about all of you. I can't leave you girls. You will.
Oh. I'm serious, Daniel. Got a really bad feeling.
I'm his family. Oh, his family. So, yes.
Just be careful.
So you're trying to fuck with me. You're trying to ruin everything in my life.
What are you talking about?
You know perfectly what I'm talking about. I'm your older brother. I'm the one who sets the wheels in motion in this house.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I know what you're doing. And it's very disappointing. Because I would never try to steal from you anything. Julia is mine. She is carrying my baby. So leave her alone.
I didn't do anything.
Sometimes you forget I'm your brother. I can read your mind. I can see through you. I know you better than you know yourself. You really think Julia wants you? Hmm? She's making a fool out of you, brother. Fun. Aaron. Hey. And let's see what we have here. You like it? See, this is gonna help your back.
seems like we have something else. And Julia. I wanna play with you. I wanna play with you.
Where's Daniel?
You know I love you, brother. And everything I do, everything I've done, everything, it's for your own good. How many times did I have to take a beating for you so you wouldn't have to? How many times did I have to turn on the television so loud so you wouldn't have to hear what Mom was doing in the next room? Everything I do, man, everything's for you. For our family. And now, by the first time, I can feel love. Love in our family, man. And everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be all right. As long as we keep the balance of things. You understand?
You're right. I was wrong. Julie's all yours.
There you go. There you go. There you go. You want a beer? You hungry?
You okay?
Yeah. Okay.
You seem awfully quiet.
Thank you.
Thinking about what?
I have an idea.
Boom! Take it once again, baby. Take it, huh?
Oh, bro. Want a beer?
Sure. And to toast to the ass whipping I just gave you. So just go get it.
Screw you, bro.
Screw you. No, screw you. I just did.
You want a pizza?
Mine.
Hey, Daniel. Daniel? Something is going on in the basement.
Fuck, man! We gotta take it to the fucking hospital, bro! The hospital. This is happening here.
Hey, isn't somebody gonna stay with the girls?
Oh, you're coming with me. Come on.
Come on. Okay. Fuck. Come on. Okay.
Julia. No, right next to you. But come on, he's gonna come back. Okay. Hurry up, Julia. Shit! He's gonna be back. He's gonna come back in there. Stop! Come on! Hurry up! Hurry up! What the fuck are you doing?
This kind of key.
Come on.
Find this kind of key.
Okay. Hurry, try the key.
This kind of key. Okay.
Not the one. Hurry up. He's gonna come back.
I know.
You know he's on his
I need
way.
you to send the police to 2744 Idaho.
Come on, try it.
The brick house across
Try
the intersection,
it.
2744 Idaho. My neighbor has like 3 women chained up in his basement to the wall, chained up.
Hurry up. Oh my God. Okay, you're not kidding. That's it. Why? Stop it. Hurry up. Focus. Stop.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Damn it.
Get the right one in.
We almost did.
Get the one.
Have you ever woken from a dream, wanting to remember and wanting to forget at the same time? And all you can really do is piece together fragments of memories? Armando once told me that blue was the color of love. That is the one thing that remains crystal clear in my mind. But for me, blue was the color of freedom, the color of hope. The hope that someday I would see an endless blue sky.